Now let's talk about temperature. Swedes call -10 degrees centigrade 10 grader kallt, 10 degrees cold. Now what then do they call 10 degrees centigrade? 10 grader varmt, 10 degrees warm? Now winter is one of the coldest seasons in Sweden, and if Jews are God's chosen people, then let me tell you, the Swedes are God's frozen people. They always feel the cold. Triple glazing, underfloor heating, super duper efficient central heating ensure that there is a regular room temperature of approximately 22 degrees centigrade. Swedes can check that this is regular by constantly monitoring the numerous thermometers that are hanging outside and inside every window in the house. No little stream of cool, fresh air ever finds its way indoors in the winter, because then they can all complain, "Usch, det drar." They hate drafts, as that's what you get in England. And that's why little boys in short trousers have blue knees, so they tell me. I often hear on the weather forecast in this country something like this. That's the end of the marvellous hot weather we've been having in the past few weeks. Tomorrow there is once again a cold front coming in from the British Isles. They always blame the British Isles for something. I say that the weather forecast is more like this. The forecast for tomorrow is partly cloudy, partly sunny, and only partly accurate. I've often wondered how they start conversations in hot countries, where the weather is always the same. Now, in Sweden, there's so much weather, there's always a different way to start the conversation. Att prata om vädret means to talk about the weather. However, att prata väder means to talk sheer, utter nonsense. And I'm happy to say that Swedes constantly do one, but very rarely the other. Swedes watch the weather forecast with great interest, as they can then prepare their conversation openers for the following day. De sa det skulle bli regn. They said it was going to rain. That's usually a good way of kicking off the conversation, and everybody seems to know who they are. The climate in Sweden is of course changing, perhaps due to global warming. And this means that people are constantly talking about the weather, which lately has been more unusual than the usual unusual weather